Well, hello everybody. And in this video, I want to discuss developing a plan of improvement for the winter time for beginner golfers. Okay. For all of you people that are past the beginner stage, more to the advanced stage, rest assured I'm coming out with another video talking to you specifically about developing your plan of improvement. But this one is going to be a plan of improvement for beginners. Okay. And I think the winter time is a great time for beginners to learn the basics of golf and the basics of the golf swing. I know you can't tell from this video by my attire and the weather that we're standing out here in, but yes, we are approaching winter. We hit November 1st this week, this coming Sunday. We lose an hour of daylight, okay? So it's that time of the year that some of you golf courses are maybe already closing or they are getting ready to close and you don't have access to driving ranges and those things. But for you beginners, fear not. There is a way that you can improve over the winter time, and I mean improve greatly over the winter time and faster than you've been improving if you'll stick with me here and and learn the way that I want you to learn. So if you are really interested in learning and improving, hit that subscribe button. Okay? That's what I do on this channel. I say it every single video. I'm here to help you learn. I'm here to help you shoot lower scores and improve your game. So what are the things that I think beginners should all focus on over the winter? They just have to focus on the main fundamental features of a golf swing. Okay, you've got to come out of the winter with perfect pre-swing fundamentals. You've got to come out of the wintertime with a really good pivot. You've got to come out of the wintertime with a golf club that's swinging more on plane and a club face that's square. And you've got to come out of the winter with the ability to hit the ground in the same place every single time. Okay, now that seems like a lot, but I'm going to show you ways to learn these things with drills that don't include any golf balls. Okay, we're not even going to hit a golf ball in this video. I'm going to show you drills that you can do at home, in the garage, in the basement, wherever, in the backyard if it's not too cold, but just somewhere where you can do these drills. And over the next 2 or 3 months, some of you 4 or 5 months, when you can't play golf, you are going to improve your golf swing so much you will be amazed. So let's get into the pre-swing. So the first pre-swing fundamental that I want all of you beginners to get perfect over the wintertime is your grip. I want you to have a perfect grip. It will help you so much in becoming a better golfer. So what does a perfect grip look like? I'm going to get closer here. First things first. We've got to grip that golf club down in the fingers of our top hand. I'm right-handed, so that is my left hand. Down in our fingers with this heel pad up on top of the grip, okay? Second thing, my thumb is going to be slightly right of center, and I want there to be no gap between the knuckle, the thumb, and your hand. I want you to bring the hand over to your thumb. This V points to your right shoulder. If you're left-handed, that V is going to point up here towards your left shoulder, okay? So, top hand grip, down in the fingers, heel pad on top, thumb slightly right of center for us righties, slightly left for you lefties, V points to your back shoulder, all right? Now, the lower hand, okay? First thing I want you to do, I want you to close the gap between your thumb and your finger. That takes your thumb here and pokes this part of your thumb out. And all we are going to do is we are going to take your right hand, your right thumb, and put it on top of your left thumb. Now, notice I haven't hooked my fingers up underneath the golf club. Okay? I'm not going in fingers first. I'm going in thumb first. I want that thumb right on top of my other thumb. Okay? Then I'm going to put my fingers around the golf club, so therefore I'm going to be holding that grip down in the fingers of both hands, okay? So, perfect grip when you come out of golf this winter. The next pre-swing fundamental that I want you to get perfect over the winter is I want you to have perfect posture, okay? What does our posture look like in golf? bending over with our rear end out and our back nice and flat, okay? Also in our posture, we need a tilt towards our trail foot or our rear leg. So for me as a righty, I am gonna tilt my spine over towards my right foot, okay? I'm doing that tilt with my hips, okay? For you lefties, it's gonna be reversed. You're gonna tilt yourself over towards your left foot. Now, where do I want you to work on your posture? In front of a mirror. I have a small mirror on the ground right here. I am gonna get myself set up. Let's even do this, get the club out of my hand. I wanna get bent over. I wanna tilt my hips, okay? And I just wanna make sure that I'm getting in that proper posture, okay? Now, if you wanna do it with a club in your hand, that's fine. But again, I want you in front of a mirror, so achieve that perfect grip, okay? Get yourself bent over, little tilt, okay? Let me show you what it looks like from the side. Here we go, perfect grip. Get myself bent over, rear end out, back flat, little tilt, okay? Let's achieve perfect posture. Now let's talk about ball position and alignment, okay? And I'm gonna combine the two together with a very simple little drill, just 2 golf clubs on the ground. This could be 2 alignment sticks, it could be 2 yardsticks, it could be 2 of anything that is straight. It could be 2 pieces of tape that you put on the ground somewhere at home permanently, which would be a great idea if you developed yourself a little practice station. But here's what we want, okay? I've got perfect grip. I'm going to get my ball position to where it's 2 inches inside my left heel for us righties, 2 inches inside your right heel for us for you lefties, okay? So great posture, great ball position, all right? And make sure that my feet, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders are parallel to my target line. So see, if you set this little station up in front of a mirror, you could kind of take care of all 4 of these things at the same time. Here it is. And you know, at the same time, I'm developing a little address routine that would really help you down the road. So my grip, posture, ball position, alignment, little tilt. There you go. I'm looking right in the mirror and I look great. Now, I don't want you to just breeze right through all of those pre-swing fundamentals. I want you to take your time. I want you to make them permanent. I want you to make them feel comfortable because they are so important for moving on, okay? This is like learning how to add before you can multiply. It's mandatory. So really take your time on those pre-swing fundamentals. Now, let's talk about some in-swing things that I want you to learn, okay? First big thing, I want you to develop a great pivot. What is the pivot? The pivot in golf is learning to rotate our body properly. That body rotation moves the golf club. It delivers the golf club to impact. It's our power, okay? This is the engine that the swing is built on. So it needs to be great. So what are we looking for, all right? I'm gonna continue to use my little station here. I'm gonna continue to be in front of a mirror because this is where I want you to do this. But after I have achieved my posture, I'm gonna cross my arms over my shoulders and I am going to then get my left shoulder to rotate over my back foot or behind the golf ball, okay? I want my weight to be majority on my back leg. All right, very, very important. So that was our backswing pivot, but we have to work on the forward swing pivot. I want you to get the mirror over here to your left for you righties. Again, lefties, the mirror will be to your right. And I want you to cross your arms over your shoulders, get that real good posture, and rotate to that mirror, okay? So basically, the camera here is my mirror showing you exactly what I'm seeing. I want to make sure that I stay in my posture as I rotate forward. I want my right shoulder getting closer to the mirror or closer to the target. Weight is going into the outside of my left heel. As you're doing this, I want y'all to really learn how to let that back foot roll up onto its toe correctly. Don't grind on the ball of your foot. As you turn forward, let that back foot roll up onto its toe so your knees go right together. So get in a mirror. Again, you're gonna have 3, 4, 5 months, some of you, to get these things down. The more you do these things in a mirror, the more repetitions that you do, the better you're going to be when springtime comes around. So what's the next fundamental that I want you to really work on over the wintertime? I want you to work on getting your golf shaft to move on plane. And there's 3 positions that I want you to work on finding. Position number 1 is halfway back with the club shaft parallel to the ground. Position number 2 is the top of the backswing, okay? And position number 3 is back down to this parallel to the ground position, okay? When that shaft gets parallel to the ground again. I've got the mirror sitting here, okay? You can do this at home in front of the mirror. Now, I'm gonna have links to all these little tools that I'm using in the description, but this can just be a mirror that you have on the wall somewhere. You could have an old mirror that you've got leaned up against the wall. If you don't have a good mirror, again, I'm gonna put a link in the description to the mirror that I'm using that's portable, which is great. But you gotta be where you can see yourself, okay? Because seeing yourself and watching yourself is a very powerful learning tool. So let's talk about these positions. Now, one more thing. I also have just put a golf club on the ground right here. And if you don't have a mirror and you're not gonna buy a mirror, at least put a golf club on the ground and I'll show you how you can do that. But I'm gonna get set up so that my hands are right on that red line that you saw in the mirror, okay? And I've got this golf shaft to where it is basically right up underneath of my hands. Now, position number 1, I want to use my pivot and move this golf club to where it is parallel to the ground and parallel to my target line. And it's going to be right over top of this club that's on the ground. All right. If I'm looking in my mirror, that club head is going to be, my hands, the shaft, and the club head are going to be right on that red line. So they are going to be in perfect alignment with each other. I want you to make sure that the face of that golf club, that the leading edge is in line with your spine, okay? That's a square club face. So position number 1, look in that mirror, find your backswing position. Look in the mirror, find your backswing position. Over and over and over again, okay? Now, what do we want to look like at the top of the backswing? Well, at the top of the backswing, from here, I'm going to let my wrist hinge. That shaft is going to really kind of go right through my right shoulder. See that? It's not back here behind me. It's not vertical. Right through my right shoulder. So I would find position 1, hinge it. Now turn to the top. Hear that strain. And what I'm looking for here is I want a left wrist that's flat, and I want a club face that's right in line with the back of my left wrist. If that club face gets pointing to the sky and that wrist gets bowed, it's a closed club face. If your wrist gets to the top and it's cupped, that toe of the club will be hanging down to the ground, and that's open, okay? So again, what am I looking for? I'm set up in my mirror. Club is on the ground. Position 1, club is parallel to the ground, right on top of the club on the ground, club face in line with my spine. Go to the top, flat left wrist, club face in line with my left wrist. Now, third position. Once I've found the top, I want to bring that club back down, put it right back on top of that shaft that's on the ground, and make sure that club face is square again. I don't want you using a lot of pivot in this in the last step. I really want you to learn to feel like your arms are dropping that golf club into the slot, as we would call it, or back onto the plane. Excuse me. You're going to have rotation, and we're going to get a little bit of rotation right here. So again, step number 1, find your first parallel position, club face is square. To the top, flat left wrist, club face is square. arms, bring that club back down to last parallel position, club face is square. Now, from here, I want to unwind my hips, let my chest rotate, and deliver that club to impact with that face square, okay? Here's what it would look like face on, okay? First position, parallel, top of the backswing, parallel, rotate that club to impact. Let that back foot stay on the ground as you rotate. Work hard on your plane, of your swing plane. It's gonna help you so much hit the ball more solid and hit the ball straighter. Now here's another drill that I really, really like, okay? And I've got an impact bag here. Matter of fact, this impact bag is brand new, a totally different impact bag than I've been using. Again, I'll have a link below. It was about half the price of the one I was using before. And the material that it's made, it's very quiet. That old one I had was super, super loud, okay? So what are we gonna do with this impact bag? We're gonna do a couple of things. Let me show you from this angle first, and then I'll move you to over here in front of me. This impact bag, we can work on that swing plane as well, because if I find all of the proper positions in the plane and I allow my body to unwind into the ball, I'm going to approach that ball, my club head's going to approach that ball from the inside. So use this impact bag to find the inside swing, okay? So it's got a little bullseye right here, and I actually have the bullseye turned slightly. It's not straight back on my target line, it's slightly to the inside. So I'm gonna get set up with my club kind of outside the target, make swings, and hit the target, okay? Now, as with all impact bags, they are gonna move when you hit them. So if you can put something over here and kind of in front of it that will help it not move, it makes it a little bit better. But one more time from down the line, and then let me show you what we're trying to accomplish from face on. Okay? Again, target is to the inside. At setup, I've got my club on the back of the ball. Find the inside of that ball. Okay? The second thing that impact bags are great for is learning to deliver the golf club with your pivot, and so that the club shaft has forward lean to it. And if the club shaft has forward lean, the club head's going to have lag. So here you are practicing impact. And again, impact, flat left wrist, flat lead wrist, shaft leans forward, okay? So when you're at home over the winter, get yourself an impact bag or something that you can hit and learn to make swings with your pivot. Don't let that golf club bounce off of that bag and kind of graze the bag. I want you to really learn to feel like you're sticking the golf club into the bag, okay? Use your pivot and really stick the shaft in the bag, okay? Great drill. Now the last thing that I want you beginners to really focus on over the winter is learning to hit the ground in the same place every single time. And I don't have to tell you, you know it, you don't hit the ground in the same place every time. A lot of times you miss the ground, sometimes you hit the ground first, you hit the inside the ball, outside the ball, you're hitting all over the place. Use these months of the winter to train yourself to hit the ground in the same place every time. What I've got here is I've got a little impact mat that shows you where your golf club hits the ground. The turf turns darker green, then you just wipe back on it and it turns light green. I think these are fantastic mats, okay? I use this in my lessons all the time. Again, I will have a link below to this mat right here. The one that I use actually comes with some interchangeable mats, so if you wear one out, it comes with some extras. And what you're wanting to learn to do is to hit the ground in front of the ball and have that divot going straight, okay? If you're trying to hit a draw, slightly in to out, okay? Or it can be slightly out to in, but not drastic or anything, those things. Really try and feel like you're going nice and straight, okay? So you just want to get on your mat with a golf club and learn to take swings and hit that ground in the right spot. See there? No takes, nothing. I just hit the ground in the right spot. You have to learn to do the same thing. Well, there it is. There is my winter plan of improvement for a beginner golfer. Any beginner that came to me and said, hey, what should I do over the winter time? That would be it. I'm not leaving any steps out. I want you to learn those basic fundamentals. I want you to stay focused on those basic fundamentals because they are the core of everything that we do in golf. And if you can get yourself really good at those core fundamentals, you're going to have such a better time playing golf. You're going to shoot such better scores. Now notice I didn't do any short game. I didn't do any putting. I think that's going to be another video coming as well. And again, for you got people that are not beginners, or you feel like you're not beginners, there's going to be a video for you too. Well, listen, I would love to hear from you. Tell me what you think about this winter plan. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think there's anything I missed? Because I don't. I think this is a great winter plan. I think there's plenty in there for you to do. Stay focused, practice correctly, practice slowly, do it in front of a mirror, okay? Make sure that you are hitting all of the positions that you are supposed to hit. Well, listen, folks, thank you so much. Keep watching over the winter because there will be videos coming out. And again, if you're interested in learning to play golf, hit that subscribe button. All right, well, I will see you all next video.